name's Nelson and I live with gout. I'm here at the National Kidney Foundation in New York City. Came by to help out and see if I could explain what I've been dealing with my whole life. Gout has been very interesting to deal with. I learned about having gout when I went to a doctor and got my blood work, and he had asked me if I had ever dealt with gout before. I never knew what gout was, and I asked him why. And he told me that my uric acid levels were very high. So I asked him, what does that mean? And then he asks me, well, have you ever had gout? Have you ever had kidney stones? Kidney stones, yes. Gout, never heard of. So he explains to me what gout is, and eureka, that's what's in my foot. Unfortunately, the level of gout that I had was very severe. I would get to the point where my feet would swell, especially my big toe. It was just unbelievable, the pain. I just can't explain the pain that it was. I have kidney stones, and with the kidney stones, those were painful too. So every time I would go to my urologist, he would laugh and say, well, not laugh, but he would just say, wow, you have two of the most painful things out. The ways I've been dealing with gout, the number one way is changing my diet. That was very important. If you eat a lot of protein, it's not going to be, especially red meats, it's not helpful at all. It's just going to cause flare-ups. You're going to be in lots of pain. I had to change that. I had to lay off the shellfish. And also my doctor prescribed some medications which definitely help out. The minute I lay off on some of the medications, I would get flare-ups within a week or so. It's all on me. Really, the pills help out, but if I don't help myself out in the future, I'm just going to be taking pills my whole life, and that's not good for you either. Diet was the big thing. It helped me out a lot. It brought my uric acid level down, and I still get flare-ups here and there. It's been now, what, since '98 that I actually knew I had it. It's been some time, and I've been dealing with it, and you can deal with it, It's difficult, yes. There's times where I've played semi-pro football, and I would go and there'd be game time, and I couldn't play. I'd have to stay home. I couldn't walk, and I couldn't explain to people. It was actually, I felt, not ashamed, but embarrassed sometimes to even mention to people, yeah, I can't go because I have gout. And then, they don't know what it is, so they think it's like, oh my God. And when they see it, it's like, they really understand, like, wow, my foot is swollen. One time I literally had to cut my sock off. It's because it was in so much pain and the swelling. There's been times for work, I wouldn't go in for work a week because the swelling was my foot was just so swollen, I couldn't walk, I couldn't put a shoe on, I couldn't put a sock on, and the pain was just unbearable. Once again, it's the diet is the most important thing there. Many people think that no, it doesn't help out. Yes, it does help out. Believe me, it does. And when you do, if you're at the early stages of gout, deal with it now. Don't get to the point where I was, where I was, because I'm not there anymore, thank God. That point you don't want. It's terrible. Every time you eat something, you eat a piece of meat, you automatically start thinking, oh my God, am I gonna get it? You feel one little twinge and you think that's it. I'm done for 2 or 3 days. I'm done for a week. I've been out of work for a week and a half to 2 weeks. And after those 2 weeks, it's just because I'm finally able to put a shoe on and I could take the pain. Even after those 2 weeks of the swelling going down and the excruciating pain, you still have pain and tightness around those joints. You could get it in any joint. I found that out within like 2 or 3 years of having it. I thought you could just get it on your big toe. The next thing you know, I had it on my knee. Then one time it was on my elbow. The worst I've ever had it was on the back of my ankle. That was terrible. I couldn't walk, I couldn't do anything. You couldn't move. You don't realize how important your feet are when you don't have them and you can't use them. And it was all because I was just eating incorrectly. You just have to work with it. It definitely affects you. It affects your life. And it's all on you. It really is. It took me a while to realize that. I don't know why it took me a while, but you think you're invincible when you're young. There's a lot of people that I know that didn't even know they had gout until I explained to them what it was, and then they went and got checked out. And a couple of them ended up having it, and they started dealing with it before it got bad. My father, actually, at that. One day he couldn't walk, his foot was swollen, and I'm looking at him, I was like, what's wrong? He's like, he works construction. And he thought maybe he hurt himself at the site. And I looked at his foot and I noticed, I was like, nah, it doesn't look like you hurt yourself. There's no bruising. And he went to the doctor, and lo and behold, he had gout. And then he had a really bad attack, and then he told me, he said it, now I understand. He was like, I didn't think it was this painful. And now he realized how painful it is. And he started eating better, cut back on the red meat, and it's so far, knock on wood, he hasn't had any issues. I forgot to knock on wood there. And once again, it's all able to be prevented. Just eat good food. Your diet is very important. But you will get through with it. Just, once again, lots of water too. I'm sorry, I didn't even stress that. Lots of water. Lots of water. Diet and water. Oh man, apologize guys, I'm sorry I failed you there. Water, lots of water. You want to flush that out. That's the important thing too. Flush it all out, along with that good food. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was enjoyable for me to be able to explain to you what I go through, and hopefully it'll help you out and realize what you can do and what can help you yourself. You know, once again, everybody's different, can help you in the same way that I help myself. You have to help yourself. You can go to the doctor, he can tell you everything, but you have to help yourself. It's all on you. Thank you for listening. I hope everything works out well for you. I hope you drink lots of water, change that diet, and take care of yourself.